What's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome to MGTV. This is Let's Talk United latest news. If this is your first time watching, please hit that like button. Also, hit the subscribe button. Put post notifications on, so as soon as I release a video, you'll be the first to know, and you can watch that and leave a comment and get involved. You feel me? Listen, Mason Greenwood has finally been released by Manchester United. Is it the correct decision? I believe so. No doubt in my mind. When I initially did a video on it, when I did a video on it previously, I was saying they should put him out on loan, and that will allow them to kind of have more time to decide if that's what they want to decide. You know what I'm saying? If they want to just buy some time. But I definitely believe that he shouldn't play for Manchester United. Obviously, just the privileges of playing for such a club, after hearing such things, seeing such things, and on top of the fact that he's kind of admitted that he's not perfect. So, you know, go away from this kind of club with big light and big attention. Just go and work on yourself, you feel me, as a person. And that's what I think. You know, we've heard what we've heard, we've seen what we've seen. I believe, you know, in life everyone deserves a chance to work on themselves and, you know, fix negative stuff that they've done in their life, or work on their work on mistakes they've made and be better people. But at the same time, you know, being at Man United is a privilege, man, and being at any top club is a privilege. So it's just good that Manchester United let him go, and they've kind of, you know, taken themselves out of it. If that's the right way to say it. I'm going to read a statement that Manchester United put out first, and then we talk about that briefly. I'm not going to spend long, just a few minutes. We'll talk about Man United's statement, and Mason Greenwood has also put out a statement. We'll talk about that, and then we'll call it a day, as this whole situation is done and dusted. So, an open letter to fans from Richard Arnold. So obviously Richard Arnold is the CEO, and he's written a letter to the supporters. This is like directly to the supporters of Manchester United. So it says, now that we have concluded and announced the outcome of the club's investigation into Mason Greenwood, I want to be direct and transparent with our fans about the process and the reasons for our decision. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have read this already, so let me just kind of skim through it. So they spoke about her welfare of the alleged victim. They spoke about the fact he's been playing from young. What else is there? Duty of care towards him, and the importance of making the decision based on full information. Okay, so basically they were saying that they did their investigation up until February this year, obviously. While we were unable to access certain evidence for reasons we respect, the evidence we did collate led us to conclude that Mason did not commit the acts he was charged with. I am restricted as to what I can say for legal reasons, including the alleged victim's ongoing right to anonymity, but I am able to share the following with you, which should give you some insight into the complexity of this case. Okay. So they're basically saying that he's innocent, basically. This is what Manchester United are trying to say, that from their research, he's innocent. And they've put out some points. So they've said the alleged victim requested the police to drop their investigation in April 2022. We were provided with alternative explanations for the audio recording, which was a short excerpt. Well, is that meant to say except? which was a short excerpt or is excerpt from a much longer recording, and for the images posted online. The alleged victim's family participated in the process and were given the opportunity to review and correct our factual findings. Last week, the media reported that we had decided to reintegrate Mason and that elements of a plan to do so had been leaked to them. Reintegration was one of the outcomes we considered and planned for. For context, over the course of the past 6 months, several outcomes have been contemplated and planned for, and my view has evolved as our process progressed. While the ultimate decision rested with me, I was taking various factors and views into account right up until the point of finalizing my decision. So it says here, while I'm satisfied that Mason did not commit the acts he was charged with, Mason's accepted that he has made mistakes which he takes responsibility for. I am also mindful of the challenge that Mason would face rebuilding his career and raising a baby together with his partner in the harsh spotlight of Manchester United. Further, this case has provoked strong opinions, and it is my responsibility to minimize any distraction to the unity we are seeking within the club. Although we have decided that Mason will seek to rebuild his career away from Manchester United, that does not signal the end of this matter. The club will continue to offer its support both to the alleged victim and Mason to help them rebuild and move forward positively with their lives. That is crazy. So they're basically trying to get rid of him and back him at the same time. Okay. Let's go to his statement that was tweeted by Fabrizio Romano earlier. So he says, I want to start by saying I understand that people will judge me because of what they have seen and heard on social media, and I know people will think the worst. Then he says he was brought up to know that violence or abuse in any relationship is wrong. I did not do the things I was accused of, and in February I was cleared of all charges. He said he fully accepts he's made mistakes in his relationship. He takes his share of responsibility for the situations which led to the social media post. He's learning to understand his responsibilities. He's talking about being a father and a professional footballer. Then he's saying that it was a collaborative process between him and United and his family, and the best decision basically was for him to continue his career away from Old Trafford, where his presence will not be a distraction of the club. And then he talks about being a better person. All right, cool. Cool. So we've quickly summarized and run through that. Listen, to be honest, in my opinion, it's all cap, man. It's all cap. At the end of the day, if there's evidence out there that can put him in a better light, they would put that out there. If he was so innocent, they would have put him back in the club. So, because my thing is, obviously, everyone's going to have a harsh opinion when it comes to these sensitive topics. And what's factual is factual. What you see is what you see. It's not like hearsay when you go, you hear something and you don't know no context, nothing. You just hear one side. You don't know the overall story. This you've heard like direct. You've heard and seen direct pieces of, should I say, evidence that has amounted to obviously his arrest, and then certain things have gone on, and then the charges were just been kind of, everything's kind of just falling apart. But that doesn't mean your name's cleared. It just means there was not enough evidence. It's not like it was dropped because it's been proven, okay, you know what, there's substantial evidence that she was lying or something, and then it's been dropped, or do you get what I mean? The pictures or something, it was fake, for example, then it's been dropped. That's not the case. It's just basically falling apart because certain bits of evidence has been, I think, withdrawn or something like that. So it could be something as simple as, if I was to report somebody and then I back out of it, maybe my report was a big part of it, and then maybe I say, okay, the evidence that's been leaked, I say another thing, and then it kind of just makes it look like it's, you know what I mean? I just feel like the way Man United are trying to act like he's innocent but release him just doesn't make sense. But yeah, I just feel like it's a good move for the club. let him do his thing elsewhere. The fact that they're trying to sugarcoat it and make it smoother than it is, and try and say, oh, he's innocent, but he can't play for Man United. It's a bit weird to me. It's a bit off, but it is where it is, man. I'm happy with the decision because two things. Yes, the light it brings to the club, but most importantly, the fact of having a player that I do rate football wise, football wise, but as a person and what I've heard and what I've seen, I can't rate that, and there's nothing there to show me any different. So I can't rate someone like that playing for the club. Forget rivals bannering and even put aside the fact that it's going to bring a lot of upset to the dressing room and even like, in fact, even taking into consideration the women's team and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to consider all these people, and the only way he could come back is if it's proven that, you know what, there's big cap in this in terms of the evidence, or there's a big context that we're missing, that okay, if we now hear this, we're going to be like, oh, okay, you know what, my man was innocent. But for now, there's no proof. So, you know what, do your thing, rehabilitate yourself and do it at another club, and welcome, and then just not Man United. You feel me? You just can't do it at Man United, and that's what I'm going to say. So I fully agree with the decision. I think it's a correct decision. I disagree with the fact that they're trying to kind of sugarcoat it and make it more like, oh, he's innocent, but because it comes with a bit of headache and stuff, we just can't take him. That doesn't make sense. If he's innocent, you would prove it as a club and we'll take him back. But he clearly must have done something, and then him talking about him making mistakes, it just seems a bit fishy for me. But that's all I got to say on it, people, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Big up the regular people that are supporting me constantly, man, even when I'm not being consistent. But look, 2 videos up, man. I'm back, baby. I'm back. So yeah, if you haven't already, please like the video, please subscribe, put post notifications on, and as always, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's your boy Rhino, and I'm out. Peace.
Hey, I swear firms and rents pattern this.